They're going to be checking out 17 house details in the US that puzzle foreigners. Pretty sure we have a lot. One of those things that I think I noticed off rip was that all American houses come standard with a closet of some sort. German houses don't. I thought it was weird that German houses didn't come with closets, and I feel like a lot of people from Europe found it was weird that we had built-in closets. So that being said, that's just one minor difference. But if you guys can point out something that may be a little weird that you find about American housing, let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive nose deep into this thing and see exactly what we're working with.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. And apparently, huge freezing cold houses with weird sockets.
Hey, our plug outlets look like Nintendo characters.
Wait, what's so strange about American homes? Well, anytime I invite my non-American friends over to my house, they're happy to point out how bizarre it is.
When I was in Korea, I will always talk about Korea, the plug outlets and stuff were just way different.
For example, 1. Big houses. First of all, not all Americans have huge houses. Plenty of people rent small apartments, and houses come in all different sizes.
I mean, I'm in a townhome. My townhome is like attached to like 3 other houses and stuff, so you guys have that too.
But yeah, I'll agree that the typical American home is pretty big and spacious compared to other countries.
Very true. I mean, we have a lot of unnecessary amount of space. Like this room right here is probably someone's living room in another country.
For the average square footage for European houses is about 1,500 feet. It's 2,700 feet in the US.
Damn.
I guess the numbers don't lie. Number 2, a room for everything. To fill our giant houses, we've got a room for pretty much anything you can imagine.
You want to know where I'm filming this video right now? In my YouTube studio. This room, it's a 3-bedroom house. This room specifically is dedicated to all things YouTube and Twitch. Take a wild guess what the other room in my house is dedicated to. It's literally an entire room for my cats. So the cats have their own room.
If you can count closets as tiny rooms, and they kind of are when you think about it, every American home has multiples of those.
True.
There are closets for clothes in each bedroom, usually one near the front door for coats and shoes.
Actually, in this house, there's not a closet for coats and shoes, but there's a pantry almost as soon as you walk in.
One in the bathroom or hallway for towels. One in the kitchen in the form of a pantry. Yep, we love storage space that's built into the house. Number 3. Huge personal washers and dryers.
When I was in Korea, they had a all-in-one washer and dryer, and I tried to look for that when I got back to the States, and I could not find anything like that. Basically, what would happen is you would put your clothes in the washing machine, and then at the very end, it dries your clothes.
There's also usually one just for doing laundry.
Man, but you could save so much space with an all-in-one washer dryer, though.
Also, most Americans have both a washer and a separate dryer.
That's true. I have a washer and dryer in the bathroom downstairs, and it does wonders.
And they tend to be big too.
They're big as shit.
My European friends tell me that their washer is in the kitchen or bathroom.
What the fuck? Why? Why is it in the kitchen? And in the bathroom makes sense, but in the kitchen, bro?
And they hang their clothes to dry.
I've heard about this shit. I mean, it's better for your clothes, actually, to hang dry your clothes instead of putting them through a dryer. All of my clothes are faded. Most of my clothes are faded because I dry my clothes to oblivion. I'm cool with that, though. But if I were to hang dry my clothes, it takes far longer for your clothes to like lose their color and stuff. Although I do not hang dry my clothes because there are a lot of people that love to steal items for no reason.
But again, I'm sure it comes down to the issue of space. Still, even if a person in the US doesn't have their own, they just go down to the laundromat to use the machines there.
True that.
You won't see.
Do you guys have laundromat? You guys have laundromats in Europe too.
Many Americans hand washing their clothes or hanging them to dry. I mean, who has time for that?
Honest question though. Do you guys hand wash your clothes? That right there, bro, I remember I got punished when I was 9 years old. Part of my punishment was I had to hand wash all of the clothes for my entire family.
But I also understand that that's some people's preference when it comes to cleaning their clothes, especially in other countries. Let me know.
And hang dry the clothes too.
So I have so much respect for people who do that shit by hand.
Basements. And here's yet another way to have plenty of storage space. Or, of course, if you're in the Midwest, basements serve as a shelter when a tornado hits.
Oh,
but
shit.
besides storage and tornado safety, a lot of American homes have gorgeous finished basements that serve as another living space. 5. The abandoned dining room.
Oh, yeah, we always have one of those here.
There are some rooms that we don't even use at all. Okay, maybe this just applies to my family, but we never use the dining room. It's there, we have a beautiful dining table, but we always just take our dinner to the living room and watch TV while we eat. Hey, dinner and a movie. 6. Serious about fire safety.
Yeah, our house is pretty much designed like
More
that.
specifically, I'm talking about having multiple smoke alarms throughout the house. I personally have one in the kitchen, another in the hallway, and one in each bedroom. Fire safety is taken so seriously in the States that landlords can get in big trouble if they don't immediately fix a non-working smoke alarm for their tenants.
The smoke alarms have to be on point. And like the thing is, I remember my smoke alarm was beeping for a while. You guys probably know from back in the day when I used to do my early reaction videos and stuff like that. I literally forgot to change the batteries for my smoke detector and it was going off. It was like beep, beep, beep. And so what I did was I took the battery that was in there out because the battery was like almost dead, right? And guess what? The damn thing still beeped. I disconnected the fire alarm and it still beeped. So the fact that like that's a thing, I mean, I'm glad it works. That's huge here, but I know it's probably huge anywhere else. I mean, you want to be safe.
And perhaps it's for fire safety or just a convenience thing, but I've always had an electric stove in any house I've lived in. Gas stoves aren't as popular as they are elsewhere in the world. 7. Wall-to-wall carpeting.
Wall-to-wall carpeting.
This point will often depend on how old a house is, because a lot of the old ones have wooden floors, but most homes, especially the newer ones, have wall-to-wall carpeting in every room. Well, not the kitchen or bathroom, of course, but everywhere else, it's carpeted.
Okay, so from the stairs to and every single room on the second floor, it's all carpeted. The cats have been fucking that shit up, though, I'm not gonna lie. First floor is like tile.
And that might be due to the fact that that's the most frequented place in the house.
How low can you go? Now, my European friends find my toilet quite fascinating and mildly confusing. I guess toilets in the US sit lower than the ones in Europe do.
Never really thought of that. You guys' toilets are like high up. I guess y'all like getting like a mountain view.
Like, how's the weather up there? It's quite chilly down here.
Not because we're necessarily shorter or that it's more comfortable for us. Low-sitting toilets actually serve a purpose. Being closer to the ground is a healthier and more natural way to, before we even had commodes, our caveman ancestors squatted on the ground. So, just trying to keep it all natural over here.
Yeah,
and,
makes
well,
sense.
civilized too, of course.
Oh my God.
Toilet bowls full of water.
That's what I was talking about earlier. So I noticed like with German toilets, y'all have like a little bit of water and like most of it's just bowl. So my whole point is like if you were to go in the bathroom and take a shit, right? And like taco night, man, I always reference taco night. It was taco night. Your guts are just rumbling. You go in there and you fucking light that bathroom up, man. Like you were unleashing a horrible air raid, but in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? The shit's just everywhere. Like just all over the bowl. And let's say it's like a long shit session. You're like shitting for like 30 minutes to an hour. Maybe like an hour and a half.
Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Something wrong with you if you're shitting for an hour and a half. But let's say you're shitting for an hour and a half. Then you flush, right? Well, there's been shit caked on the bowl itself for like an hour and a half. So not all of it's going to come off. I think that's why we have like extra water in our bowl.
You didn't think I was done talking about toilets, did you?
Hell
okay,
nah.
One more toilet fact for the day. In the US, they're full of water.
Yep.
On it,
Bro, this would scare me. I'd be like, y'all good?
his first visit to the States, one of my friends actually thought my toilet was clogged. Nope. All that water is totally normal and serves several purposes as well. First of all, it keeps the bowl from getting too dirty and
Yes! That's what I'm saying. It keeps the bowl clean.
it also minimizes smells. 10. One faucet to rule them all. I haven't done a lot of traveling, but I have been to the UK, and I was flabbergasted by the separate faucets in the bathroom.
That's interesting.
How do you guys use those anyways?
Yeah, like why two faucets?
I have to wash my hands under scalding hot or freezing cold water separately. Jump back and forth between the two? In the US, sinks always have just one faucet, and you can customize the temperature of the water however you like. 11. Crank up the AC.
Hey, AC, man. A lot of places don't have that.
Yeah, most of us leave the AC running all through the summer instead of opening a window or using a fan.
Because bugs, duh.
Probably not the most cost-efficient solution, especially in a big house, but it just feels so nice. The same goes for cranking the heat up in the winter. You won't see many radiators in the US. 12. Wearing shoes inside. Most of the world has a pretty strict policy.
Yeah, not in America, man. People like to wear shoes in the house and in the fucking bed, bro, or on the fucking couch, bro. Like, get your dirty ass shoes off my goddamn couch. Oh my god.
About taking your shoes off at the front door, but that's not really the case here. Most families are totally okay with wearing shoes inside around the
Oh, hell no, bro. If you did that shit in my house growing up, you would have got your ass beat.
house, as long as they're not muddy or anything. Sure, there are those American families that don't do it. So, if you're ever in the States, it's customary to ask if you need to take your shoes off at the front door.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the answer will be, nah, you're fine. 13. Switchless sockets. Now, apparently in Europe, you have a switch to either allow the power to flow by turning a button on, or cutting it by switching it off.
I didn't know that. Oh, and yeah, you guys' sockets look so weird. Why do you guys' sockets look sad or scared?
In America, you don't have this option.
Oh, they're British sockets. That makes sense.
And that's most likely because of the fact that we have a lower voltage running through our sockets. So the risk of shocking yourself when you unplug something
Oh, this is what you guys have. This is what's in Korea too.
without turning the socket off first isn't as high. 14. No tea kettle in the kitchen. The US is mostly a coffee drinking country, so we don't really use tea kettles. And if you're thinking, well, what about a kettle to boil water for instant coffee? The answer to that, my friend, is that most homes have a coffee maker to brew it fresh. 15. Garbage disposals.
Oh, bro, that's something that I had to get used to for a while. We did have one growing up, but I remember the moment we got one and I'm like, that is crazy.
Ah, yes, the convenience of rinsing your plate right in the sink, flipping the switch, and sending all that ground-up food down the drain. Garbage disposals are a lot more common in the States. In fact, over 50% of American homes have one. I imagine it comes down to better sanitation and avoiding raunchy smells coming from your trash can. 16. Flags everywhere.
You can go outside, drive a few feet, and see like 3 flags.
Americans really do love to display the old Star-Spangled Banner.
Well, you'll also hear as well, back-to-back World War champions. Like, you'll always hear that shit.
So most homes here have at least one hanging outside the house. But it's not just our national flag we like to hoist. A lot of people have a flag with their favorite football team or the college they went to on it. What can I say? We like flags. 17. Pristine lawns.
Okay, this is a fucking lie, bro. We do not have pristine lawns. I can easily show you, like, not even a 1-minute drive away from here, some lawns that look fucked up, bro. There's an HOA or a homeowners association over here, so they actually like take care of the grass around here, man. But there's some places that it looks like a jungle, bro.
And finally, surrounding that big house full of rooms, closet, carpet, and weird sockets, we have our beautiful lawns. Okay, the perfect pristine kind are usually only found in the suburbs.
Literally. I'm glad he said that, because you will not find a good looking lawn in the city, man. I mean, it'll be a lot less common, I should say. A lot less common. In the suburbs, they got nothing else to do, so they like trim their hedges, they cut their grass.
But in general, Americans like to take care of their yard. Plus, most neighborhoods have rules about it.
HOAs.
Even if you don't want to, you often have to keep your lawn mowed and free of leaves or clutter. Everything's gotta look nice and clean. And now, whether you're American or not, which of these things apply to your house?
Some of them don't. But anyways, you guys let me know how you feel in the comments down below. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the other side. Welcome to the Bray Gang.